Look at the next question, question number 7. ABC Limited, which sells on credit basis, has ranked its customers in category 1 to 5 in order of credit risk. So we have total 5 categories. Bad debts is also given as percentage. Anticipated credit period is 20 days in first, 30 days in next, 45 days in third, and 90 days in fourth category, and fifth category is 180 days. The company's credit policy is to allow unlimited credit to firms in categories of 1 to 3, limited credit to firms in category 4, and no additional category to firm 5. No additional credit to firms in the category 5. This is what they think. Okay, I mean this is the current policy. This is what they do now. Okay. As a result, orders amounting of rupees 15 lakhs from category 4, orders mean sales. Okay, sales is there from category 15 lakhs and 40 lakhs from category 5 are rejected every year because they are not giving credit period to category 5 and very limited credit period to category 4. Okay, so therefore they are rejecting the sales. If ABC Limited makes 15% gross profit on sales and has opportunity cost on investment is 18%, what would be the effect on profits of allowing full credit to all the categories of the customer? Should credit be extended to all categories of the customer? They are asking you. So see, we need to calculate for category 4 and 5 only. Why? Because category 1 and 2, 1, 2 and 3 are already available unlimited credit period. Are already provided the unlimited credit period. Okay. So now what they are asking you that if you want to affect the profit, that means if you want to increase your profit, and you should allow full credit to all the categories of the customers. So whatever category is there, you allow full credit to all of them. So out of 5 categories, first three categories are already given full credit period. So how many categories are there to whom full credit period is not available? 4 and 5. So we need to calculate for 4 and 5, means for 4 90 days and for fifth category 180 days. This is full credit period for fourth and fifth. But they are not allowed to take 90 days and 180 days. This is what they say here. Limited credit is allowed to credit category 4 and no credit is allowed to category 5. So they are asking you, if we give them 90 days and if we give them 180 days, so what will happen? If whether the profits will increase, so we need to answer them. Okay, so you need to make columns, 3 columns, particulars, category 4 and category 5. Do it. Write on the top of the page, statement of evaluation of credit policy. Statement of evaluation of credit policy. Are you guys writing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So write down statement of evaluation of credit policy. Now make the columns, particulars, category 4, category 5. 3 columns. Now below that you will write credit period. Credit period. To category 4, what is the credit? What should be the credit period given to them?
90 days.
And category 5?
180 days.
Very good. Come on, let's start with sales. Sales means orders here. Orders amounting to rupees 15 lakhs from category 4 and 40 lakhs from category 5. So write down 15 lakhs with zeros. Write down with the zeros. Sales, category 4, 15 lakhs. And category 5, 40 lakhs, 40. Now less variable cost. But it is not given. It is not given. What is given is gross profit 15% on sales. What is given? If A Limited makes 15% gross profit on sales, means gross profit is given. So write down less COGS. Don't write variable cost. Why? because gross profit is given. So sales, if you deduct gross profit from sales, you will get COGS, that is cost of goods sold. And remember, in the cost of goods sold, the variable cost and fixed cost both are included. Are you understanding my point? When gross profit
Yes,
is
ma'am.
given, yes, when gross profit is given, that means you will deduct gross profit from sales, you will get cost. Sales minus profit, you will get cost. That cost will include both things, variable and fixed. Remember this thing. And if you want to note down somewhere, you can note it down. Okay. Now I'll write sales minus cost of goods sold. Write it in the bracket of cost of goods sold. Write it in the bracket. They are not written here in the textbook, but we will write it. Less cost of goods sold, write it in the bracket here only, includes both variable and fixed cost. Cost of goods sold in the bracket you will write includes both variable and fixed cost. Okay, means variable and fixed cost both are available. So while calculating average investment in debtors, we will take the help of total cost, the first formula, not the second formula. Because here you will think fixed cost is not given. But no, it is given. It is cost of goods sold only, which includes both of the costs, variable and fixed. Now it is not given. Cost of goods sold is not given, but gross profit is given. Write down in the next line. Gross profit bracket 15% on sales. It is given. 15% on sales is given. So write down in the bracket. Now this will be my gross profit. And this will be my benefits. And this will be my block A. They have written, no, see, gross profit 15% on sales. And this is my benefit. And this is only what is my block A. So write it this way only. This is the correct method to write. So tell me, what is the 15% of 15 lakhs? Fourth category. 15 lakhs sales into 15% will be my gross profit. So what is the amount of gross profit here?
2,25,000.
Very good. So 15 lakhs sales minus 2,25,000 gross profit will give you cost of goods sold, the middle part. So what is cost of goods sold? I repeat, sales minus gross profit will give you cost of goods sold. So what is cost of goods sold in category 4?
12,75,000.
Very good. 12,75,000. And it should be in the bracket, 12,75,000 bracket, because we have to deduct this amount from sales. Okay. Now next, category 5. Come on, calculate 15% on sales, gross profit. So sales is 40 lakhs into 15%. So what will be your gross profit here?
6 lakhs.
6 lakhs. So 40 lakhs minus 6 lakhs will give you cost of goods sold. Sales minus gross profit.
COGS is 34 lakhs.
COGS is 34 lakhs. Very good, in the bracket. Now average investment in debtors. Apply the formula. Tell me which formula, first or second?
First one formula.
First one formula. Very good. Total cost into credit period divided by number of days in a year. This is the formula that you have to write in the particulars column. Write down. Average investment in debtors is equals to total cost into credit period divided by total number of days in a year. So apply the formula, put the values in category 4 and 5 column respectively. So tell me, what is the total cost of category 4? What is
12,75,000.
the COGS is only what is my total cost. Okay, so 12,75,000 into how many number of days?
90.
90 divided by 365. So your answer will be come on,
3,14,380.
384. Make it 384. Don't write 0.55. Don't write 0.55. Just write 3,14,384. Make 3 as 4 because it is 0.55, no? Next, category 5. Come on, tell me what is the total cost?
34 lakh.
34 lakhs into how many days credit period?
180 days.
Divided by 365. So what will be your answer? Yes, tell me your answer.
16 lakh 7,671.
16 lakh 76,712, right?
Yes, ma'am.
16 lakh 76,712. Okay. Next. Now write down cost. Cost of extending credit period. Average investment in risk data is already calculated. No. Now come to the next part of the format, which is cost. So tell me, first cost is opportunity cost. How much is it given in the question? Percentage is given already. See, and has an opportunity cost on investment in receivables is 18%. It is given already. So bracket 18% on average investment in debtors. Come on, tell me what is average investment in debtors of category 4?
3 lakhs 14,384.
Into 18%. 3,14,384 into 18%. This you have to do it in Calci. You don't have to write this. Do it in Calci and give me the answer which has to be written in the column of category 4. Yes. So what is the answer?
56,589.
Very good. 56,589. And what is average investment in debtors of category 5? 16,76,712. This is average investment in debtors into 18%. So what will be the answer of opportunity cost of category 5? Yes. Yes, guys, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, there is a network connection problem. Tell me the answer of category 5, opportunity cost. See, it has to be applied 18% on 16,76,712, and that is average investment in debtors, no? So what is 16,76,712 into 18%?
3 lakh
808.
1,808.
Very good. Now bad dates. Bad dates is given percentage. See, in the question, it is given 7.5%, 9%, 9.0. So it has to be applied on sales. Okay, 7.5 on sales. That means 15 lakhs. So calculate and do it. 15 lakhs into 7.5%. See, category 4, sales is 15 lakhs and bad debt percentage is 7.5%.
1 lakh 12,500.
Very good, 1,12,500. Similarly, you have to do it for category 5. Category 5 sales is 40 lakhs and bad debts percentage is 9.0%. So 40 lakhs into 9.0%. Your answer will be yes, your answer will be
3 lakh 60,000.
3 lakh 60. Next is administration cost, which is not given. So you'll just put nil nil in both the columns of category 4 and 5. And now give me the total cost block B. Total cost block B. Come on, give me the answer of total cost. You will have to add opportunity cost, bad dates, and administration cost.
1,69,089.
Very good. 1,69,089 rupees. 089 that is. And what is the answer of category 5? Total cost category 5? Yes, you need to increase your speed. Come on, be quick and get me the answer.
6,61,808.
Very good. 6,61,808. Very good. Now A minus B will give you net benefits. So net benefit A minus B. Category 4, A is 2,25,000. B is 1,69,089 rupees. So what is the difference between both of them? Will give you net benefits.
55,911.
55,911. Very good. And what is answer of category 5? A minus B will give you net benefit. So what is net benefit of category 5? I think A is smaller than B, so it will give you negative answer. Is it?
Yes, ma'am. 61,808.
Very good. So this gives you negative answer. Means which option is better? Credit should be extended to category 4 since the net benefit is highest. Okay. And in category 5, customer should not be extended credit period. Customer should not be given credit period because the net benefit becomes negative. Okay, so they were asking you, should we give 90 days to category 4 and 180 days to category 5? So answer is 90 days to category 4 is okay because the net benefit is there. It is positive. But to category 5, 180 days should not be given. Why? Because the net benefit becomes negative. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So this same thing has to be written in a note. Write down in the note. Category 4 customers should be given credit period. Category 4 customers should be given credit period since the net benefit is positive. And category 5 customers should not be extended the credit period. And to category 5 customers, the credit period should not be extended because the net benefit is negative. The net benefit is negative. Yeah, have you written? Is it clear? Come on, tell me, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now you can take homework. So, see, this is, I think, very easy question. See, a trader whose current sales is 10 lakhs, current policy, yeah, present policy sales is 10 lakhs per annum. Average collection period is 30 days. Okay, 30 days is current present policy. Wants to place a liberal policy to improve sales. A study made by management consultant revealed the following information. There are 4 options now. Plan 1, Plan A, Plan B, Plan C, Plan D. Increase in the collection period. Increase means already there are 30 days. We want to give them extra 15 days. So answer will be
45.
45. So next B, 25. So answer will not be 25. 25 plus 30. So answer will be 55 and so on
55.
and so on. Okay. Increase in sales. Now it is in number of units. Please remember. So 10 lakhs is rupees, but this is 20,000 units. So first you have to convert this 10 lakhs rupees into number of units. Selling price per unit is already given 10. Please look here very carefully. Selling price per unit is 10. So 10 lakhs divided by 10 will give you number of units. Yes or no? 10 lakhs divided by 10 will give you number of units. No, 1 lakh. So that 1 lakh units, in that 1 lakh, see 1 lakh units. Can you see in the solution part, sales unit is 1 lakh? Yes or no? See, if you're not understanding, let me know. I will explain again. What he says is increase in sales is 20,000 units, 40,000 units, 60,000 units. Now it is increase in sales in number of units, not in rupees. So this rupees 10 lakhs has first to be converted in units. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So let us convert into units. So this 10 lakhs rupees divided by selling price per unit, which is given 10 rupees. So 10 lakhs rupees divided by 10 rupees will give you number of units 1 lakh. Yes. Have you noticed here 1 lakh units? How this 1 lakh unit comes? 10 lakhs का value divided by 10 per unit. तो आपको 1 lakh units मिल जाएंगे, हाँ या नहीं? ये 1
Yes,
lakh
ma'am.
units मिल गए. जैसे ये 1 lakh units मिल गए, now you can increase in sales 20,000 in 1 lakh. So it will give you 1 lakh 20,000 in plan A. Is it clear for plan A? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. For plan B, you have to increase 40,000. So 1 lakh plus 40,000 will give you 1 lakh 40,000. Okay. Plan C is increase in sales 60,000 units. So how many units were there already? 1 lakh. 1 lakh plus 60,000 will give you 1 lakh 60 in plan C. And plan D 70,000. So 1 lakh 70,000 it will be there in plan D. This much is okay for everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now next step. Next step is, just a minute. Okay, the problem of sales is in units. So now what about, see, selling price 10 per unit is given, no? So 10 per unit will be same everywhere. See, 10, 10, 10, 10, here also 10. So 10 per unit will be same. Now what you have to do, this 10 into number of units will give you value. 10 into 1 lakh, 10 lakhs. 10 into 1 lakh 20, 12 lakhs. 10 into 1 lakh 40, 14 lakhs. 10 into 1 lakh 60, 16 lakhs. And 10 into 1 lakh 70, 17 lakhs. Is it clear this much? Sales is solved. The problem of sales is solved. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now come to the next point. I'm explaining you. You have to do this sum in your homework. Variable cost is, sorry, the average cost per unit is 6. Average cost means total cost. Please note down. Average cost per unit is total cost per unit. Now total cost per unit is 6. Out of that 6 rupees, variable cost is 4. Variable cost per unit is rupees 4. So here working note is given for you. Average cost per unit is 6. Out of 6 rupees, variable cost is 4. So what will be the fixed cost? What will be the fixed cost per unit?
Rupees 2.
Very good, rupees 2. So what you will do? Variable cost 4 per unit will be same all throughout all the stages, plans. See, 4 variable cost, 4 variable cost, 4 per unit, 4 per unit, everywhere 4 per unit. Now what you have to do? 4 into 1 lakh will give you 4 lakhs here. 4 into 1 lakh 20 will give you 4 lakh 80 here. 4 into 1 lakh 40 will give you 5 lakh 60. 4 into 1 lakh 60 will give you 6 lakh 40 in plan C. And in plan D, 4 into 1 lakh 70,000 units will give you 6 lakhs 80. Is this much clear? Variable cost is clear? Is variable
Yes,
cost
yes,
clear?
ma'am.
Okay. Now you will be able to calculate contribution. So contribution is 10 lakhs minus 4 lakhs, 6 lakhs. Same method for plan A, B, C, D. Now let us calculate fixed cost. The fixed cost per unit is 2 rupees. 2. This working note helps us calculate fixed cost. So this is 2 rupees fixed cost per unit. Huh? So fixed cost you will write here 2 rupees. So 2 into 2 lakh, sorry, 2 here into 1 lakh rupees. So which will give you 2 lakhs. Now please remember fixed cost doesn't change. You don't have to do 2 into 120, 2 into 140, 2 into 160. No, this method has to be applied with a variable cost, not with the fixed cost. Because why? Why? Because fixed cost always remains same. So 2 lakhs calculated first will be same for all the plans. Plan A, 2 lakhs, plan B, 2 lakhs, plan C, 2 lakhs, and plan D is also 2 lakhs. Is this much clear? Is this much clear?
Yes, ma'am.
How did 2 lakhs come? How did this 2 lakhs come? 2 per unit into 1 lakh units of the present policy. 2 per unit into 1 lakh. It is written here only. See, no? 2 into 1 lakh units. Answer is 2 lakhs total fixed cost. They have already written everything. You just have to understand. Okay. Now contribution minus fixed cost will give you profit, benefit, block A. You know how to calculate average investment in debtors. The formula will be, can somebody tell me the formula of average investment in debtors for this question? What is the formula of average investment in debtors?
Total cost into days divided by total number of days.
Very good. Into credit period. Don't say days, huh? Very good. Otherwise, the formula is correct. Average investment in debtors is equals to total cost into credit period divided by number of days in a year. So credit period is already given 30 days in present policy, 45 days in plan A, 55 days in plan B, 60 days in plan C, and 70 days in plan D. Divided by number of days means 365 if they don't say anything about number of days. But yes, they say 360. Assume 360 days means divide by 360 days in a year. Okay. And what is total cost? How total cost is calculated in the formula? How total cost is calculated?
Variable cost plus fixed cost.
Very good, very good. Variable cost plus fixed cost will give you total cost. So average investment in debtors is equals to total cost into credit period divided by number of days. Will give you average investment in debtors. And opportunity cost is already given. See, the required rate of additional investment is 25%. This is nothing but opportunity cost. So opportunity cost is 25% of average investment in debtors. So whatever average investment in debtors, you will calculate 25% of that particular amount. Bad debts. Now bad debts percentage is also given. See percentage 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5. This is percentage. Default anticipated. Default means bad debts. Default means bad dates, and it is given in the form of percentage. Now 1.5 will be applied to what? On what? 1.5 will be applied on what? Can you tell me? 1.5 percentage bad dates will be applied on which amount? Come on, tell me quickly. Percentage of bad debts is given. So 1.5, if it is 1.5, so on what it has to be applied?
On sales.
On sales. Very good. Rupees, huh? Rupees. Take the amount of sales, 10 lakhs. 10 lakhs into 1.5 percentage. Next sales, 12 lakhs. Next sales, 12 lakhs into next bad dates, 2.5 percentage. So 12 lakhs into 2.5 percentage. Next sales, 14 lakhs into 3.5 percentage. Say you have to do it this way. Sorry. This is plan A 1.5 percentage. Plan A 1.5 percentage. So plan A means 12 lakhs. 12 lakhs into 1.5 percentage. Plan B 2.5 percentage. So 14 lakhs into 2.5 percentage. Okay. Current bad dates is given separately. Huh? This is current bad dates. See in the question, look at my cursor. Current bad debt loss is 1%. Current means present situation. So the sales of present situation is 10 lakhs. 10 lakhs into 1% will give you bad dates of present situation 10,000 rupees. Is that okay? Bad dates is clear. Any doubt up to bad dates?
No, ma'am, no doubt.
Now what you will do, administration cost, which is not given, nil, 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 you will write. And what you will do the next step, total cost. Opportunity cost plus bad dates plus administration cost will give you total cost, block B. Now what has to be done? You know better than me. Net benefits A minus B. Then incremental net benefit has to be calculated. And then final suggestion has to be given. जिसका नेट प्रॉफिट हाईएस्ट होगा उसका हम लोग सिलेक्ट करेंगे. दैट ऑप्शन विल बी सिलेक्टेड which gives you the net benefit, which gives you the highest net benefit. Is that clear now? You can listen to the recording if you have any doubt and then you will be able to solve the sum. या फिर आप ऐसे भी कर सकते हैं, रिकॉर्डिंग सुनते भी जाइए और सम को सॉल्व करते जाइए. आई विल अपलोड दिस रिकॉर्डिंग एनीवेज टू यूट्यूब, नो? सो वंस इट कम्स ऑन यूट्यूब यू विल बी एबल टू हियर दिस रिकॉर्डिंग. सो रिकॉर्डिंग सुनते जाइए, सम को सॉल्व करते जाइए, डाउट आएगा ही नहीं. अगर होमवर्क करते समय डाउट आता है तो, अदरवाइज आई थिंक कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट, कुछ ज़्यादा डिफिकल्ट नहीं है. विल यू बी एबल टू डू दिस सम इन योर होमवर्क?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do it. We will meet tomorrow. You have extra lecture tomorrow also from 11 to 1, right? You remember I've already told you on Saturdays we will have extra lectures from 11 to 1. So be present tomorrow from 11 to 1, okay? Okay.
Bye, ma'am.
Yeah, bye. Bye everybody. Bye. We will meet tomorrow, okay?